All righty, guys. So I did tell you I will come back and tell you how I, at 59, had the bright idea to quit my job and start my own business. Best decision I ever made. So I have tons of experience in the human service, social work, social service arena. Been doing it since the 80s. I've actually been working since I was 13. 13 years old. Started working as a tutor in the summers in Chicago for CEDA. Some of you guys might remember that, CEDA. I can't remember what it stands for. But anyway, so I've been doing some type of social service work since the 70s. So in around November 2024, I gave my boss notice. I worked this job for 11 years. Wonderful place. Nothing wrong with this place whatsoever. However, I just wasn't being fulfilled. And I always wanted to start this business. This business is what I want to start. Angel Medical Management Services. We take you to your appointments. We sit in. We advocate for you. We do the follow-up. We communicate everything to your families. Make sure they get all the information. And then we have another component to the business, which is NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation. Those for people that just want to ride. You want to ride to your medical appointment, drop you off, come back and pick you up. We do that as well. We take you wherever you want to go. It doesn't have to be a medical appointment, to be honest with you. And so in November of 2024, I let my supervisor know, my boss, who was the greatest boss in the world, I let him know I am going to be leaving in January. I'm going to step out on faith and I'm going to start this business that I've been talking about until I'm blue in the face. And here we are today. So I started preparing. For it. I started doing market research, because when I initially started, I just wanted to do the medical appointment advocacy part. Never did dawn on me that I'm going to need to have specialized transportation, specialized, license plates and everything. So after doing research, I realized I had to have the NEMT, because you just can't be driving people around in your car and not have the appropriate insurance, the commercial insurance, the license plates. I have PT plates because I use SUV vehicles to transport my individuals. So I can transport people who use walkers, people who walk. If you're in a wheelchair and you're able to transfer to a seat in my vehicle, I can transport you and fold your wheelchair up and put it in the trunk. So that's what we do. And so I did all my research. I went to the bank. I had some money put to the side because I had some savings. And I went to the bank and I started my business account. I applied for a business credit card in the business name. So you do need to hopefully have pretty decent credit so you can do these things. It's not 100% that you have to, but it does make things a lot easier if you have pretty decent credit. And I made sure I did. That's one thing I don't play about is my credit. I do not play about my credit. It took me a long time to get to this point. So I started the business, and then I launched it in February 2025, and it was a slow crawl. So in the next video, I'm going to tell you how I got clients and how I structured the pay and some of the roadblocks that, I ran into, and the importance of networking and marketing, hence the Gather shirt, Gather. I just came from a big event. It was a women's networking group here in DeKalb County, Illinois. Getting your name out there is so important, and you need to learn how to market. So we'll talk about that in the next video.